I really have to stop doing videos like this in jammies after a shower. But oh well, right, today's video I've had some, I can't remember the name because I'm so bad with memory things. But yeah, somebody was talking about if that I should go over the meaning of my tattoo and why I got it, but in sections. I think I'll just do it in one because I'm lazy and I'd rather just get over and done with because I don't have much Anne-Marie time. I have tonight as an Anne-Marie time, but other than that, not really. Um, so my tattoo's a week. I got it a week done yesterday, finished, completed. It's still a wee bit scabby and healing. I'm not really good with computers and things, so I don't know how to add a picture up of it. So I'm just gonna have to show you as I explain it. But to give you an insight to my tattoo and why I got it, this will be a long video. Hold on, I will get to the point. A wee bit of a sad story, but we all have sad stories, I suppose. Mine was, if you don't know by now, I lived in Scotland till I was 11, 10, 11. My mum and dad decided that it'd be better for us to, there was me, my older brother Fraser, my younger brother Sean, my younger brother Sam, if we all grew up in a better area, because the place I live in now, this is where I lived when I was younger, it's a shite hole, but they wanted to give us a better life, so they decided to move to Australia. So I did when I was 10, 11. I lived there for 4 years and I came back myself. At the time we would have came back as a family, but there was a family thing going on that my cousins started saying that my dad raped her. But at the time that this apparently and allegedly happened, I was in the house. My two younger brothers were in the house. My older brother was in the house. She was in a room. They were in my room playing the Wii because that's what it was. So there was my dad, my two young brothers, me in and out the room, and her in the room at the same time when they allegedly raped her and all this, right? So her stories was a bunch of lies and proven in court, but because she said it, I had to go to court and through all these law firms. It was she was caught out in her lies and lies and lies. They didn't want us to come back to Australia. She loved attention. She didn't like me getting the attention of me moving back before everybody else. So it was only meant to be 2, 3 months that I wasn't going to see them. I was like, yes, 2, 3 months of holidays away from my brothers. But that turns out to be over a year. So I came back myself. I was 14. I came back myself from Australia. 36 hours it took me to get back because at the time I went from one plane to another to another to another and stopovers and refuels that I didn't get a straight flight. And so it's 36 hours long flight. Um, got home, blah blah blah, and then that's when stuff started going on and on and on. And throughout that time, it was coming up to Christmas, the first year, Christmas time, and it just passed my older brother's 17th birthday. He's 2 years older than me, so he was. It was after, 2 weeks after his 17th birthday. I'm sorry, but I struggle saying this. I just have to say it in a way that I can actually say it. He took his own life. My older brother, nah, I can't even say it. He took his own life. So my little brother found him, and he had the right decency. He'd been missing for about a day or so. They didn't know where he was. Um, we thought he ran away once before when we were in Australia, and we thought he's just with his friend's house because he was an arsehole. He was. We loved him, but we didn't like him. He was an idiot at school. He never stuck in. And then he got a job, and then he realised what he'd done wrong, and he had to work so hard, and he actually was starting to turn his life around. We have no clue what happened. He had an argument with his girlfriend that day. And my dad came home one day and was like, oh my god, he's left his front door wide open, the TV's on, the lot, turned it all off and was going to have a word with him about it. But he never showed up that night, so my mum, my dad, my two younger brothers slept on the big, because we had a huge couch. It sits like 10 people on it, and there's a section that makes it up to a double bed and all this kind of rubbish. Ridiculously huge couch, because in Australia, have kind of big houses, we get a big mahogany stuff. It's absolutely ridiculously huge furniture. It doesn't even fit in this house. I mean, my bed takes up this whole room. Um, get a wee bit of space. So they all slept there, and they heard we had a shed out back, and they heard the banging of the door on the back because my gran came to stay with us. My brother was like, stuff that. I'm not having to share a room. I'm moving outside into the shed. And we're like, right, whatever. So he had a bed there, he had heaters, he had blankets, he had a shitload. So he'd live out there really. It was like his only house. He loved it. But my little brother, he was 9 at the time. He ran round to go close the door and found my brother suspended from the ceiling there. So he has quite a lot of problems. And I was at home, and that weekend, I vividly remember it. My best pal Haley, the one that designed my tattoo, she was with me the night that we got a call. It was like 5 o'clock in the morning. It was a Friday night, and we were all like ha ha ha, staying up watching South Park and having a laugh. And a phone rang, and I was like, who the hell's calling at this time? And then it was my mum. She sounded okay, and she was like, oh, you're awake? I'm like, yeah, I've got Haley here, we're having a sleepover thing. Right, this was 9 days before my birthday. Can you go get your gran? I was like, right, alright, Gran's sleeping, but fine. So I trotted all the way up the stairs, and I got the phone. I was like, Gran, mum for you. And I was just about to walk away, go back downstairs. My gran grabbed my arm. Still don't know what was said, but she grabbed my arm and said, sit down. Right, and I was sitting there, and I was like, what is it? I was like, oh, they're coming home soon, because I still didn't know when they were coming home. I was like, all excited, and then it's, your older brother's dead. And I just remember bursting out crying because he's my actual only brother. My other two brothers, my young brothers, are half brothers. So I don't know my dad. And well, I do. He was an asshole, and I remember when I was a younger kid getting locked into a room, and we're not going into that. So I thought to get a tattoo in memory of him, and I used to be when I was younger, and like so. Then 9 days later, it was my birthday. Yeah, celebrate my birthday without my family, without knowing that my older brother's dead now, and blah blah blah. 5 days later is Christmas, as most of you know, my birthday during Christmas, and then my uncle died on Christmas Day. Oh, and then it just started death after death after death in my family. I was like, really? And it's still surreal for me that he's not here, and still hurts a lot. That was right through my standard grade exams and things. I was like, shit, you moved it. No, my prelims, sorry, not my exams. So I wanted to get a tattoo in memory of him, and I used to want so many tattoos now. I said, no, I don't think I could. I don't know. And then I had a dream that, I know this sounds cheesy, I had a dream that on my ribs I was to get an owl for Fraser. And I was like, I don't know why it was an owl, and I was talking to Haley. And she's like, why don't you get something that you and him have in common? And that's why I chose the Xbox controller, because me and him as children used to play Xboxes and Playstations and run out and play and all of this. And I thought, well, I can't just get a random Xbox controller on me. And I always thought about getting a rose in my foot with his name next to it, because they're pretty, and yeah, because I can. So I decided to have the Xbox and the rose, and then Haley said, we'll put a banner on it, and we can put the date, the year he was born in 1992, and the year he died in 2009. It's 2 weeks after his 17th, so he was still young. So that's what that is. Well, I can show you if you want. It's still healing, like I said. But so that's what the rose, the Xbox controller, and you can't see it from there. The banner 2009, Fraser 2000, 1992, sorry, then 2009, clearly. This part of the Stay Strong, um, I think it's more something that people have said to me a lot, and I've really stuck to, because going through things, I was always like, people would be like, it's okay, just stay strong, you'll be fine. And then people always tell me that I'm strong for what I had to go through. I mean, teachers and everyone at school never realised, and then it was over a year that I'd seen my parents and everything, and I was buzzing. I was like, oh my god, this weekend I get to see my mum and my dad, and they looked at me like, what? And I'm like, my mum and dad have been in Australia for over a year, I've not seen them, and my brothers, and now my brother's dead, so, and they're like, they kind of jaw hit the floor, like, I never knew that, because most people take things like, oh, my hamster died, I'm going to be an absolute prick at school. But I wasn't like that, I'm still a goody two shoes. Me and my boyfriend have this conversation all the time about how he's like, "I what's the worst thing you've done?" I'm like, I went in an entrance. I went out. No, sorry, I didn't went in an entrance. I went in an exit and came out of the entrance. Oh, I'm so hardcore. I'm not really. I am good at tissues. So that's why I wanted to really get my tattoo. I wanted it to be in memory of my brother. I didn't have a specific place I wanted it. At first I wanted it on my back somewhere. But then because I had that dream of it on my ribs, I wanted it on my ribs. And the tattoo artist and my friends were like, this is going to hurt. Can you get it on your thigh, your hip, somewhere like that? So, because I wanted it for me, it's my personal thing. if people ask about it, I can tell them, but it's mine. As far as I'm concerned, it's my tattoo. That's why I wanted it there. I mean, most people be like, oh, wouldn't you get it on your left side because that's closer to your heart, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm right-handed. I've got a weird thing. Everything has to go on the right side. It's the same with my industrial is on my right side. But yeah, I need either symmetry or down the right side. Still look a mess. I've been stressed out my nut. Today's my free day because Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday I've got work. I think I'm 18 hours this week, and on top of school, and on top of my prelims, which start next Wednesday is my first prelim. Fuck me. Came so quickly. Oh, I in my advanced higher geography was going right, had my essay ready to do the dissertation. One teacher saying my essay is really good, really really good, it's perfect. The other saying it's shite, and I've had to delete it all, and I have to restart it again. And if I don't have it in by next Friday, I get dropped from the course. So that's my lovely dilemma of this week. And I'm not the only one. There's quite a few of us in the class that have this problem. It's coffee time. But that is really my story on Potato. If you want to ask questions, I suppose you can ask. Because this is like going on for ages. I didn't cry, that was great. But any questions or anything else, whatever, because I normally talk. I'm not like some people. I don't sing. I look horrible. I don't sing, dance, and have great conversational topics. Because if I go into a conversational topic, I do a rant. Like I had somebody ranting at them about homosexuality, and then be having a rant at RE all the time. Because as a non-religious, not dishing religion, because as a non-religious person and total atheist, but doing REs kind of made me a wee bit agnostic, but still atheist. Really, God, nah, not for me. But come from a religious background, so you can see my thing. So we always have arguments and big, well, not arguments, more big heated discussions, as we like to call them. But I'd more need somebody else to help me, because I can't do, because my tattoo's done now. I can't do more tattoos and things. But if you have any questions or anything else that you want me to talk about or whatever in the future, I will get around to it eventually. I always have like 15, 10, 20 minutes I can do such things like this. But that's really my tattoo story. If you have any comments, as I said, I repeat myself a lot when I don't know what to do or say. You can comment below, and I thank you if you actually watched this to the end. Right, okay, right, yeah, comments. Thank you.